Hello everyone, welcome back to Pear Blossom Press. This is Sarah and today we are going to make a scrapbook layout. So this layout is going to feature my son's graduation. He just graduated at the beginning of June and I have all of his photos printed and I was just super excited to start playing with them. So for product, I have lots of cut files cut from my Cricut Joy Extra. We're going to light up those balloons and make them amazing. I have this paper from Kelly's Custom Creations. I will leave a link in the description box below. She makes custom papers, and this paper that I am using has my son's school name. It says Class of 2025. And it has like a little laptop with his school logo. So you can kind of tell that he graduated from a cyber school. I absolutely was so happy when she sent me these papers. She just designed a couple different styles. And then she also designed some papers for my oldest son too. And I still have his graduation pictures that aren't finished yet. Shh. I will leave a link to Kelly's website in the description box below. I did some work off camera simply so that this video was not a ridiculous amount of time. So what I did was I cut these balloons in black cardstock and then 3 different specialty cardstocks from Your Paper Insiders box 11. And then I went ahead and I cut the different cut files apart so that I could layer them up and give these 3 balloons a drop shadow and make the 3 balloon areas different colors. So it's very, very easy to do. And initially I had thought that this was going to be my page design. I wasn't loving it though. And I wasn't 100% sure how I was going to make it work. But my idea was that I would have the balloons and then his photo and then the Class of 2025 piece off to the right side. That's not what ends up happening. I absolutely love how this layout turns out, but that's where I started. I am using a set of Easy Lights for today. So Easy Lights from Pear Blossom Press, they have 1 battery pack and then they have these 3 wires that come off of them with teeny tiny little lights at the end. So you can use those 3 lights to light up a larger area of your layout, or if you want to light up with multiple areas, you can do that too. Here is my trick, if you want to call it a trick. I want the balloons, all 3 of them, to light up at the same time. So I put the battery pack, I just adhere it with dry adhesive. Never use wet adhesive with your Pear Blossom Press lights, just to be on the safe side. I don't know that that's in print anywhere, but that's just, my head goes, wet thing, electricity, no. So I have had no problems just adhering it down with regular tape runner, dry adhesive. So I put the battery pack right there, and now I'm letting the lights kind of dictate how I do this. So my idea is that I want those little lights at the end of the wire to be as close to the open hole highlight sections of my balloons. And I'm just kind of letting the lights, like if they want to turn or twist, I'm going to go with it and then just tack them down for now with some repositionable tape. And kind of manipulate the lights so that you can't see them from the front of this die cut piece, but the light part, the end light part, is as close to the open highlight areas of the balloons as possible. Hope that makes sense. And it's going to look like pretty much a hot mess from the back, and that I'm a-okay with that. It doesn't matter. No one's going to see it. The next step in balloon creation is a bunch of Pear Blossom Press's foam tape. This is the world's best foam tape because it is repositionable, which means When I get to the part where I adhere my photograph and the balloons to my actual scrapbook page, I can pick that section up. I can move it around for a little bit, get the placement very, really well, and it will do that. I love that. There is no one else in the crafty business that I found that makes repositionable foam tape, and it is a game changer for so many things. So what I am doing is I'm using the foam tape. I am cutting off small pieces of it. I am popping up all of these balloons and also putting some tape around the battery pack. This is going to keep those wires in place. It's going to give my balloons some lift, and the foam tape is the exact same height as the battery pack, so it'll help to hide all of that. Next, I am taking the extra strings that I cut. So you can see here, I'm taking these extra pieces of string. These are the cut files I cut the balloons off of to paper piece for the front. I am adding them to the back just for stability. I don't want to cut teeny tiny pieces of foam tape, but I want the balloon strings not to be pretty hefty, have lots of layers so they will kind of stay where they're supposed to stay and they don't dip down. And because I am using these specialty cardstock from your Paper Insider, and these are thick cardstocks, it really does give these strings a kind of like the stability that they need. So I'm going to go ahead and add those. Okay, so I'm still thinking my balloons are going to be right here. And there they are lighting up. Oh, they look so good. We're going to do a little bit of stamping there so that you know that that's where you need to kind of put your finger and press. And I am also adding foam tape to my photo. So this whole section will be popped up. So now I am thinking I need to go into my stash. I need to find some things to use on this layout for a little bit of embellishment. I'm going to end up not doing a whole lot. I'm going to keep this particular layout super simple in the end. But I am going to add some fun details that are going to make it really kind of cute and dress it up a little bit. Right now, I'm going to grab my white gel pen and I'm going to go ahead and draw some highlights onto the two green balloons. Again, the idea being to kind of elevate some simple cut files and make them special and unique. After going through my stash and kind of looking at what I had here, what I've kind of settled on is this idea of sticking with a simple layout and a simple scrapbook page. So what I've done is I've grabbed some of my favorite products from Emily Moore. These are products that I can use just to add some interest and a little bit of like subtitles to my scrapbook layout. So I chose from her All the Happy Things stamp set. I chose You Graduated and So Proud of You. And then from her Graduation and Retirement stamp set, I chose the little saying that says, Enjoy your endless weekend. And then once I have them stamped up, I'm going to die cut them using both of her sentiment die sets. So the decorative sentiment die and then the essential, I think it's called essential sentiment dies. Both of those I am using to cut out some little cute banners and like a strip so that I can add them to my finished layout. I stamped them a couple times so that they were nice and crisp and black, and these are the dies that I'm using to cut out those 3 strips. And we are going to add those to our page, kind of like sub-sentiments, kind of like a little bit of embellishments, help your eye kind of move around the page. I will leave all of the links to all of the different products I've used, not just the Pear Blossom Plush Lights, but all of the products I used on my project today. And there will also be a discount code, a coupon code in there that you can use if you like. And I will leave all that information in the description box. Next, I am taking this adorable stamp set. I love this stamp set. I use it on every light up project I make because it's like essential stamping if you want to have interactive scrapbook pages or interactive cards. So what I did was I added the little stamp set that says press, and then I added 2 little sparkly kind of images to that balloon so that you know there is something special going on with that balloon. For my title, I'm keeping it super simple. So I have one of the specialty cardstocks from the Paper Insider box, and I have some black cardstock. I cut both of these from the same, I've cut both these with the same cut file, and I'm going to use my glue press from My Sweet Petunia to get this title kind of offset. So I'm going to create a drop shadow. So the title will be black, but it will have this matte silver drop shadow. And I think it just adds, when the light hits this, it's just beautiful. So that's going to add a little bit of something extra to my title as well. So at some point during the process of putting this layout together, I put my photo over on the right side, and I think I just pushed it over, but it was at this jaunty angle, and it looked like the balloons were kind of pulling the picture up, and I was like, oh, I like that. So that is what we're going to be doing. So we have the balloons, and they're going to be kind of sideways and look like they're pulling that picture up. I think I just loved it. As soon as I kind of figured that out, I was like, oh yeah, this is going to work. Next, these little sparkles came on the same design space file as the balloons, and I cut them in black and kind of just have them here. I am going to add glitter to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put down my title, add these little kind of subtitles or phrases to my page. And then for my title, I am going to use some Fallen Snow glitter glaze from Brutus Monroe. And I am going to just take my wee little finger and I'm going to coat the little sparkles with the glitter glaze. And I'm going to use the tip of my scissors to kind of glue them down and get them into place. And what that is going to do, so Fallen Snow glitter glaze from Brutus Monroe is like shed-free glitter. It's in a little paste, and you just take it with your little finger, go ahead and rub it onto your little glitter or whatever it is. You can also put it through a stencil. I really just like to make things glittery by using my finger. And then let it dry. And it dries completely clear and no shed glitter, but beautiful glitter. So now it's time to go ahead and pull off all the backing paper. And because this is repositionable, I don't have to worry about it. If I don't get it down perfectly the first time, I can get it down. I can pull it up and get it down perfectly the second time. So I have my title, my picture, my beautiful balloons. I am now going to go ahead and add the 3 little banner pieces and all of the sparkles. And then I'll just come back in and let the glitter glaze, I just sat it out and let the glitter glaze dry. And that just adds a little something extra to this layout. This layout is pretty simple, but the addition of that light up area with the balloons and the addition of the specialty paper, the drop shadows, adding that little bit of glitter to the little sparkle pieces, all of that together creates such a nice layout. I really, really love how this one turned out. If you are interested in grabbing some lights from Pear Blossom Press, if you have a graduate and you're looking for some products or some fun ways to document graduation, I will leave a list in the description box below with all the products, all the available products that I used on my layout. And I hope you have a fabulous day. Here are all of the close-ups, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.